Hi, Wes Scott from Lifeback Law Firm. Today we're going to talk about bankruptcy versus debt relief, right? Well, and most people who are suffering with debt, right? We all want to pay our bills, every one of us. I've never met anybody yet that doesn't want to pay their bills. And I've been doing this for almost 3 decades. So the temptation is to do debt relief. You know, you hear the commercials, you get the warm fuzzies. It sounds like eHarmony, right? They give you the warm fuzzies. And then you find out, You know when it seems to be too good to be true? And you get sucked into it? And then you get that little thing in the pit of your tummy that goes, The problem with debt relief, folks, is once you do debt relief, your credit score and your credit profile are going to tank. Why? Well, because you're advertising to the world you're in financial distress. Your credit score is going to go off a cliff. And unfortunately, I think some of the promises that are made are not going to come true. You know, creditors are not legally barred. They're not legally required to participate in debt relief. They don't have to, they can say, look, this is all you're going to pay me a month. I'm just going to garnish your wages. And so you get 1 or 2 of your creditors out of the 20 who say, I'm not doing this. Well, then it all explodes. And then you try to reach out to the debt consolidation company, the debt relief company, and guess what happens? All of a sudden, they're not calling you back like they used to. What I'm telling you is the front end is better than the actual process. And once you get into it, the thing about bankruptcy, it's a positive event. I know that sounds strange to say this, but it's a positive event. Why? Because it allows you to move on. You move on with your life now, over. And so future lenders, and I tell this to people, I want you to remember, future lenders don't give a rat's butt whether you pay your current creditors. They don't care. What do they care about? Well, future lenders care about, if I lend you money, are you going to pay me? Well, if you have no debt, you're going to pay me. This is the thing, you guys. Like when you file a bankruptcy, you're getting a handle on your debt. It goes bye-bye. And part of the problem with having debt is you're living in the past. When this happened, when that happened, you get so many footsteps on this planet, folks. And I got to be careful saying that because that's not a license to, whatever, you get what I'm saying. But it is an acknowledgement that you do get so many footsteps on this planet. And do you want to spend the next 10 years in debt purgatory, which I think debt relief is? Rip the Band-Aid off, move on with your life. I tell you what, because all the people that we deal with, they know how you're feeling right now. They felt the same way. But you know what they found? They found that once they got on the other side of this, they wish they would have done it a long time ago, when that time is right, when you are ready to get your life back. Reach out to Minnesota's most kind and helpful bankruptcy law firm right here at Lifeback Law Firm. You're going to be so thankful you did.